Hey everyone, I'm just going straight in this one, no funny intro, because I want to get in this because this is two CDs of some of the most beautiful music I've ever listened to, all Beatles covers, for one of the most beautiful cinematically extravagant movies I've ever seen in my life, Across the Universe. This was actually the first adult movie my daughter went to see. I went and saw it by myself first. Then I went and took my daughter afterwards to go see it after I saw it because it was just a gorgeous movie. And I figured my daughter would appreciate the hell out of this movie. Movie was PG-13. Outside of some drug references and some brief nudity, I didn't have some issues with my daughter seeing it. And the brief drug references weren't that bad, and the nudity really wasn't that bad either, considering the context in which it happens. Across the Universe is a movie that was made to tell a story of a time period, basically the Vietnam War, dealing with the Vietnam War, the 60s and whatnot, using the music of the Beatles to tell the story the whole way through. Made for a beautiful, beautiful musical. Each song is done to sound like the original, but not played like the original. These are not faithful renditions. These are totally modern adaptations, re-recorded in different ways. And honestly, I'm going to say you have to watch the movie. The soundtrack, we're going to talk about the soundtrack, obviously. I love the soundtrack, and we're going to talk about the songs on it. You have to watch the movie. It is just one of the most stunning movies I have ever seen in my life, and just absolutely worth every second of watching it. Probably goes in my top 10 movies of all time. I haven't watched it in a while, but definitely goes into my top 10 movies of all time. And I'm not usually huge into musicals, but this one was spectacular. All right. I said I wasn't going to do a big long intro, and I did a big long intro, but I have to set this up for this movie. All right. And this is recordings from the cast for the film. So it has all the various different people. You've got, first off, the movie was by Julie Taymor, and then you've got Evan Rachel Woods, Jim Sturgis, Joe Anderson, listed as the three mains. I know there's a couple more in there. So you've got a cast of 7, 8 different vocalists, I think, throughout this. Like solidly different vocalists throughout this. So the album opens up with Girl, which is a fun way to open it. Then you got Hold Me Tight. Now, when it comes to early Beatles songs, if you're one of my regular viewers, you already know I'm not a huge early Beatles fan, but in this case, it works. Especially the context and the storyline as it's being told. And I'm not going to get into all that because just go watch the movie. But I do really enjoy how all the songs were done on here. You got All My Loving after that, which, goes on to that. And then I Want to Hold Your Hand. Okay. Then we start getting into the Beatles stuff I really like. Next up is With a Little Help from My Friends. Such a good tune, man. Such a good tune. And I really like this version on here specifically because they make it sound really rough, like it's being played by a college or university band, not like it's a polished Beatles version. And it really works within the scene because of the way they do it. And it's just such a good tune with a really good adaptation. It Won't Be Long, which is an okay tune, not one that I'm overly huge to begin with, but still works perfectly in the movie. I've Just Seen a Face, not a song that I'm overly big on at all, but once again, in the movie, it works really well. It adds very nicely to the movie. Then we get into the legendary Let It Be. This version is so emotional, so heart-wrenching. And the way it's done in the movie, even thinking about it now, it's like I'm going all William Shatner, trying not to get misty-eyed because of how beautiful of a scene and how sad of a scene this takes place in. Little kid just sitting in the corner singing during the Detroit riots. Heartbreaking. And then we get into Come Together. Oh man, this was done well. Ooh, so good. Then we're into Why Don't We Do It in the Road, which this is one of the few songs. Most of the movie, there is a band in the movie. So once in a while the band comes up, and once in a while the musicians actually play or are actually, the music itself is part of, like, it won't, Why Don't We Do It in the Road is actually a live band performance in the movie. And it's not in there to serve the purpose of, driving the storyline. It does, but it's any song kind of could have sort of been inserted into this particular section. And because it is just for the band playing live. But oh my God, the cover of this and the vocals of the woman that's doing it. I don't remember her name because she's not one of the ones listed on here. It's like Janis Joplin just going to town on this song. It's amazing. If I Fell, I'm not sure how I feel about the song If I Fell. It's all right, I guess. I'm not. It works in the context again. Then we got I Want You, She's So Heavy. This is a song I've always had mixed vibes on when it comes to the Beatles version, when it even comes to the Typo Negative cover of it, stuff like that. Really good tune, but kind of a giant kind of bag. But on the movie version, they capture the song brilliantly, like absolutely brilliantly, and the cinematics behind it. I just go watch the movie. But I really enjoy this version of the song. It was done so well. Then you got Dear Prudence, which is okay. It works much better in the movie than it does on the soundtrack for me. Flying is really good, and Blue Jay Way is really good. Great little, done only in instrumentals, going through whatnot. Really, really well done. I really enjoy them on there. They cap out the first disc really well. Then we're into I Am the Walrus, Goo Goo Gajoo. Not, it's Goo Goo Goo. I screwed that up. It's Goo Goo Gajoob, and I started with Cuckoo Cachoo. Sorry. It's Goo Goo Gajoob for anybody that doesn't know. Now, I Am the Walrus. I think one of the coolest parts about this is they had Bono from U2 come in and do this. And I don't mind U2. Not a huge fan. Don't mind them. I Am the Walrus, this cover was really decently done. I thought it was very enjoyable that way. The whole way around is just really good. Bono does a great job on it. Then we're into For the Benefit of Mr. Kite, or Being for the Benefit of Mr. Kite. Don't like the song on the soundtrack. One of the most insane moments in the movie. Oh my God. Cannot do that one in drugs. Not a good recommendation. Well, not hard drugs, anyways. Then we're into a song I absolutely hate because I don't like the Beatles version of it. I don't like the Alice Cooper version of it. I have never heard a version of the song because that I like. And I love the way they work it into the movie, but and I like the way it's done in the movie, sort of. This is the closest when the movie's going. It is one of the closest versions to me ever enjoying the song ever. But otherwise, I then we're into something. Love something. Sweet little scene in the movie. I can never say no to a George Harrison song either. Then we're into Oh Darling. I really enjoy the way they do this version in here because it's part of a big bust up kind of scene with the band, and it's just the energy and the passion and the music itself. Like you can hear the band just kind of busting up hard as they're going. It's great. I love it. All right. Then after that, we're into one of the most legendary Beatles songs of all time. Let me take you down, 'cause we're going to strawberry fields. This is one of the greatest scenes in the movie. Holy crap. This once again, the visuals and the cinematics in the movie are just absolute. The cinematography on this movie is just astounding. Strawberry Fields, though, absolutely magnificent. Cover, the scene is fantastic. Everything about it is just perfect and brilliant. Then you go into Revolution. Now, I really like the way Revolution's done because, as I've mentioned, this movie does take place during the Vietnam War, and obviously going with all that and whatnot. But the blow up scene that this leads to and what happens is just absolutely fantastic. Instead of being everybody out there chanting out in the streets screaming you want a revolution, and doing something that could have been really cliche, it's this great breakup kind of scene. Like it's kind of like this big climaxing kind of scene that's just absolutely fantastic, even though it's not actually a climax kind of scene. Um, then you go into While My Guitar Gently Weeps. My favorite Beatles song, absolute favorite Beatles song. And having in the movie is fantastic. This is another one, though. I mean, and this is one of the ones where they actually do it almost very cliche. Because you got the one guy by himself in the bar with his guitar, singing the song, and he just, this beautiful ambiance moment where he just soaking up everything going on. It's just, and by the end of it, it's just two guys together that are, heartbroken, drunk, stupid, want to fix the world right before their world all completely falls apart. Then we have the song Across the Universe. I've never been a fan of this song. Never. In the movie, I don't mind it. It works for the movie because it works for the movie. But I still would have maybe picked a different song besides Across the Universe. Even though the movie's called Across the Universe, I still would have picked a different song. Only because I'm not a fan of the movie Across the Universe, or the song Across the Universe. I love the movie, not a fan of the song. Then we're into Helter Skelter. Whoa, man. Okay, so the same chick that did Why Don't We Do It in the Road does Helter Skelter. Man, that woman's got some pipes. Like, I don't know how she didn't end up with a killer-ass music career after this. Or if she did, I don't know how I don't know about it. Because, man, she should have been out there rocking out. She was so good. And then from Helter Skelter, we go into Happiness is a Warm Gun. This was another great scene in the movie. This version of the song is even fantastic. Just great. Then we go into Blackbird. I was never a fan of the song Blackbird the whole way around. I don't know why they put it in here. I really feel that this particular song could have been switched out for one or two other songs in the scene that it's used in. I don't think it was necessary, and I don't think it does anything to really add to or telling the story anymore. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. Then we're to Hey Jude. Okay. So obviously the characters in the movie are named after Beatles references. You know, Lucy's the main female. Jude's one of the two main male characters. Max is in Maxwell Silverhammer, which is not on here. Is the name of one of the characters. You know, Prudence was one of the characters. Yeah, stuff like that. So when they do Hey Jude, it's actually done where they're actually singing to the guy in the movie, trying to get, you know, it's the big thing. Yo, Jude, come back, come back. We miss you. We love you, kind of thing. And you know, it's just done beautifully. You know, just like the original, right? How do you dislike Hey Jude? Then you got Don't Let Me Down. Sadie is the name of the character. Sexy Sadie. That's it, right? Okay. So the vocalist that has the killer voice, I don't remember the name of the actress. It's the character of Sadie, though. On Why Don't We Do It in the Road, Helter Skelter, and Don't Let Me Down. It's the character of Sadie that's singing it. And she's just got such a great voice. Then you're into All You Need Is, of course, because you got to finish the movie with All You Need Is Love. How do you finish a movie without All You Need Is Love? And you know what the coolest part is? They left out the bump, 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 bump. It's not in there. They don't have the bump, 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 bump in the song, and it still works. It works great, man. They purposely left them out for that reason because there was a big discussion about that. I watched the documentary with the behind the scenes, and that's been a long time. But that was one of the things they said. How do we do All You Need Is Love and not put the bump, 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 bump? And they said, no, but just leave it out. And then after All You Need Is Love, the second album finishes off with Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, because those are the two songs that basically finish out the soundtrack for the most part. If you are a Beatles fan, you really need to see the movie. I've talked to some Beatles fans where it's kind of a mixed bag on it. I have one buddy by the name of Sergio. He thought it was cute, but he didn't think it was overly great. He's a huge Beatles fan. I, on the other hand, I'm a mid-level Beatles fan, but I think the movie is absolutely magnificent. I think it's a cinematic master fucking piece. So go see the movie. After you've seen the movie, you're gonna love the soundtrack. Go and buy the soundtrack. Buy the movie as well. Go out, buy the movie on DVD, get the compact discs. If they're available on vinyl, that could be fun and interesting. Either way, this to me is a must own, a must have. My daughter's got a copy as well. When I bought the CDs for myself, bought the CDs for my daughter. I believe my daughter's even got the DVD as well. I absolutely love this. It's a must own, must have, must enjoy. Let me know what you think. Am I being too generous? I'm probably being too generous by your opinion. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments. I'd like to know. All across the universe, what did you think of the movie? What do you think of the soundtrack? Do you enjoy it half as much as I do? On your way down to the comments, you'll see a like button, subscribe button, bell for notification. If you could hit those, please and thank you. I'd really appreciate it. There's a couple links worth checking out. Otherwise, peace, love, take care.